Hello everyone and good evening. Welcome to today's presentation, today's webinar. So happy to see you all here.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, good evening. Two answers, two hellos. Yeah, that's so satisfactory. Very good, very good. So I hope all of you are fine, live and kicking, full of energy and ready to learn today's lessons. Are you ready? I hope
Yes.
everyone is
Yeah,
ready. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
ready.
good. Very good, very good. And so tell me about these classes, common errors in English. So far, we had 5 classes, 5 webinars. Did you attend any of them? Did you, were you in any of those webinars or no? Some people want to say. If you don't want to say, you can type in the group chat. You can say yes, no, I was, I wasn't, what happened. So it seems that there's no response to paging. No one wants to answer. I hope some people were in those classes, session 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and today is session 6. And yes, someone is typing in the group chat. I'm reading your typing over there. Okay. Nice one, nice one. Some people attended. That's nice. So I hope these classes, these webinars for common errors in English would be useful for you. And you could use it in your, maybe your exams, your life, your job, I don't know, in your real life, whatever. So if you are ready, let's start today's lesson. Everyone, are you ready?
Yes.
Sure, very good, full of energy. Here we go. So the most common errors in English. Nice one. We studied this part up to this one, up to page 12, after all, after all. Now we are entering to the after all part. As you see here, after all in Turkish, I have written here, hepsinden sonra. And here we have another word, in the end, finally in English, or in Turkish, we say sonunda. So where should we use after all? Where should we use in the end or finally? So a volunteer or a lady or a gentleman, I want you to read this part. Who wants to read? No one wants to read?
may I, sir?
Yes, please.
First, we got stuck in traffic jam and then our car broke
Just a
down.
moment. Let me zoom it correctly so that you can see it easily.
Okay.
Now it's better, I think.
First, we got stuck in traffic jam and then our car broke down. After all, we decided to cancel the trip and went back home. First, we got stuck in the traffic jam and then our car broke down. In the end, we decided to cancel the trip and went back home.
Back home. Thank you so much. So what are the differences between these two sentences? In the beginning first sentence, we have what? We have after all. But after all here is not in use. We cannot use after all. We have to say in the end. In the end means finally. Okay? So after all doesn't function here. It's not true to use it here. Next example, to learn more, to understand better. Who wants to read this? One person?
Can I read?
Yes, please, madam.
We stopped for a meal on the way, and after all, we didn't arrive until midnight. We stopped for a meal on the way, and in the end, we didn't arrive until midnight.
Okay, again, the difference between these after all and in the end. After all and in the end. Here again, we cannot say. Whenever you want to speak about the process, after speaking the process, and what is the final result? What are you going to do? What is the plan? Finally, we always use in the end, not after all. Thank you, madam. And in group chat, I see a message. Someone asked me, do you know Turkish? To be honest, I'm learning Turkish. And I'm not very good at Turkish, but I'm learning Turkish. So if you have some questions or problems, you can ask also in Turkish. I can answer it. It's no problem. And here we go. So we understood. We don't use after all. We use in the end or finally, after some steps or processes. Afternoon is another word that we are going to learn how to use it. Who wants to read it? Afternoon. No one wants to read? Come on, you are 40 people here. No one wants to read? I
Can I
see
read?
Mahmoud Kaya rose his hand. Yes, please, sir. You read it. Sir? Maybe you have some voice problem. So another person who wants to read, raise your hand. And then you can.
Çevirelim ben.
Yes, please, madam.
Afternoon, we have classes until 5 o'clock. In the afternoon, we have classes until 5 o'clock.
Yes, what is the difference? We never say afternoon. We have to say in the afternoon, not just afternoon. In the, always like in the. Thanks. Next example. Next example.
Me,
Who wants to read? Who wants to read next example?
Can I read?
Yes, madam.
School finishes at 5 in afternoon. School finishes at 5 in the afternoon.
Okay, again, the same story. School finishes at 5 in afternoon. No, again, we say in the afternoon. Okay, and there is a difficulty with Turkish people. Whenever you want to read one word in English, starting with S, okay, you say s, like you say school, school. No, it's not cool. Or for example, store. All Turkish people say store. No, it's not store. Okay, not school. It is together. School. Okay, not school. School or store. Like we say school, store. It's like that, not so. Okay, thank you very much for attention. Next one, please. Afternoon number 3. One of the ladies or gentlemen here, 37 people.
May I?
Yes, madam, why not?
The afternoon I met them at the hotel and we went to the beach. In the afternoon I met them at the hotel and we went to the beach.
Yeah, again, we see the difference here. We have the afternoon or in the afternoon. We say always in the afternoon. As you see here in the pattern part, which is green always, pattern means color. In pattern part, I always write, make it green. In the afternoon, in the morning, in the evening. Again, listen carefully. I say in the afternoon, in the evening, but in the morning. Okay, so these are the differences between the pronunciations. Always we use them with in the or in the. Thank you so much. Here we have afterwards, afterwards. Okay? Afterwards. Who wants to read afterwards part?
Can I?
Yes, sir, please.
We started going out together just to have fun as friends. Afterwards, we both realized that there was more than just friendship.
Mm-hmm.
We started going out together just to have fun as friends. Later on, we both realized that there was more than just friendship.
Okay, so what is the difference between first sentence and second? Here is this one, afterwards and later on. So what is the meaning of afterwards? Afterwards means after, okay? What is later on? As you see here in Turkish, daha sonra. But where should we use afterwards? Where should we use later on? Look here. The picture completely shows. Afterwards is this. Action 1 and action 2. No stop between them. Understand it? Action 1, action 2, there is no stop between them. So we use afterwards. For example, I opened the door. Afterwards, I said hello to people. There is no stop between them. But whenever we use later on, as you see here, the picture again shows completely. Whenever I use later on means action 1 happens, there is a stop, again action 2 happens. Understand it? So this is the difference between the use of afterwards and later on. As you see here, afterwards suggests that the next thing happens as soon as the last thing has finished. Like this. On Saturday morning, I went to see Adrian in hospital. Afterwards, I drove into town to do some shopping. Okay? So we understand whenever we use afterwards means action 1, action 2, no stop. But whenever we use later on means action 1 happens, stop, and then action 2 happens. As you see here, we use later, when there is a long interval, you know, long interval or delay, long interval or delay between two actions or events, we use later on. Like this example. I couldn't understand why she hadn't answered my letters. Later on, after some time, I discovered that she had moved to a new address. So this is the difference between using afterwards and later on. Okay, afterwards number 2. Afterwards number 2.
Can I read?
May I read it, sir?
First a lady said.
Me
You read it,
Melike,
madam.
yes.
Yes,
Yes,
Melike,
I am.
please. Yes, please. You read
Okay.
it.
First, you draw a long straight line. Afterwards, you draw another line parallel to first one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can
Next
I
one.
continue?
Yes, please.
First, you draw a long straight line. Then you draw another line parallel to first one.
Okay. So thank you, Melike.
Awesome.
What's the difference between these two? Again, here we have afterwards and then. Again, look at this picture here. Afterwards, we use afterwards for this. Action 1, action 2, finished. It's that. But whenever we have action 1, action 2, action 3, action 4, action 5, a set of actions, a series of actions, we never use afterwards. We say then, or after that. As you see here, to introduce the next action in a process, process in Turkish, I think you say prosedür, maybe, procedure, process, or series of actions, use then, like this one. Check that paper in properly loaded, then press the start button. Compare. We all had lunch together at 1 o'clock. Afterwards, we went to the beach. Again, the differences between then and afterwards. Afterwards, 2 actions. immediately, no stop or delay between them. But for then, we have a set of actions or a series of actions here. So whenever there are a series of actions, we use then. And there is a question in the chat box. Someone asks me, do you live in Turkey? Yes, I live in Turkey. Okay, next part, again, the story of again. Who wants to read again? Again, number 1.
I can read it.
Yes, sir, please.
It is time I gave you your photographs again.
Mm-hmm.
It is time I gave you your photographs back.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. So here, the difference is here. Give again and give back. As you see here, first one is wrong. We never say give again. We say give back. Again in Turkish, as you see here, means tekrar. But whenever we say back, look at this picture here, back means something goes and comes back. It's like a cycle. It's like a cycle. Go and come back. Go and come back. Thank you, sir. Next example. Who wants to read this part? Who wants to read it?
I am ready.
Yes, please, madam.
He'd like to have his bicycle again if you wish to finish it with it. He'd like to have his bicycle back if you finish it with it.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. He'd like to have his bicycle again. As you see here, let me have again. If you've is the short form of you have. If you have finished, if you've finished with it. Next one says he'd like to have his bicycle back. Again, have back. If you're finished with it. Again, this is story, the backstory. Go, come back, go, come back. It's like a circle, not again. Like this one. If you give something to the person who gave it to you, you give it back to them. When you mean to the person who had it before, or to the place where something was before, etc., use back, not again. For example, I ask you, for example, for your book. I study your book and I give it back to you. It's like that one. And here we go. Again, number 2. Again, number 2. A strong person. I want
May
you
I?
to read it. Yes, madam, please.
I'll phone you again in 5 minutes. I'll phone you back in 5 minutes.
Thank you so much. I will phone you. I will call you again in 5 minutes. No, back. Why back? Again, it's like this. This is a story. You call me. I say, I will call you back. You call me. I will call you back. In this case, we always use back. If you telephone someone after they have telephoned you, you call or ring or phone them back. You call them back, you phone them back, or you ring them back. Like this example, put down the receiver and I'll call you back. Thank you. Next part, again, number 3. People, again, I'm teaching. I continue teaching. If you have any time, any questions, you can ask or you can type in the group chat, so I will answer your questions. If there are some difficult parts, misunderstandings, you don't understand it, you can ask me to explain more again and again. So, again, part number 3. Again, number 3. Who wants to read it? I'm waiting for your answers.
I would like to read it.
Yes, sir, please. Why not?
I would like to visit again some of these places. I would like to visit some of these places again.
Okay. What is the differences here? Again, here is here in first one in the middle of the sentence, but in the second one, again is at the end. Next example, please.
I can.
May I?
Yes, madam.
I will give you again my address. I will give you my address again.
Again. As you see here, always we have again most of the times at the end. Why? Because here we have a rule, as you see here in green box. In Turkish, you say object nesne. So object plus again. I will give you my address again. Again, a second time usually comes after object. What is object in Turkish? You say nesne. It's wonderful to see you again. Or would you like to watch the film again? Most of the times comes at the end of the sentence or it comes after the object. Thank you so much. Next one, please.
May I?
Train.
One of the ladies, no matter, I don't, we have here Reyhan. Reyhan's hand is up. Reyhan, can you please read number 4 against?
Trying to avoid the sheep, he drove his car against a tree. Trying to avoid the sheep, he drove his car into a tree.
Yes, as you see here, we have an accident scene here. A driver, angry driver, a sheep here, and a car that he hit his car into a tree. So it is the story of this man. What is the difference between this one and that one? Here we have drove his car against a tree. No, drove his car into a tree. As you see here, let me zoom it out a little so that you can see it clearly. Here we have for drive in the green box on the right, drive, run, walk, crash, bump into something. Hit it like this. I drive into a tree or run into a wall, walk into the wall or a person, one person, another person, you hit it, you walk it. Crash or bump. Bump into something, not bump against something. The meaning of against, as you see here in Turkish, is karşısında. And here we have when someone has an accident, they drive, run, walk, crash, or bump into something. The lorry skidded on the ice and crashed into a wall. As you see, and all right, as you see here, we have lorry. Lorry is a British word for truck. So from our class, we have only 10 minutes for your information. So remember that. We continue this one. Next one, age. Age number 1. Age number 1. Who wants to read this part? Age number 1.
I can read.
Yes, please, madam.
I am at the age of 22. I'm 22.
Yes.
David is almost 12.
Okay, thanks so much. So age in Turkish means yaş. How do we use it? We use I am 22. We will never say I am at the age of 22 like this. And remember this red box, never use it. I have 22 years old is completely wrong. Thanks. Age number 2, please.
His age is about 55 years old. He is about 55.
Okay. Do not use age and years old together. Never. We have age or years old, but never used together. The usual way of mentioning someone's age is simply be plus number. He is 15, he is 17, he is 85, okay? Or 85 years old, but never use age and years old together. Never ever. Thank you. Next one, please. Age number 3. Who wants to read age number 3?
May I?
Yes, madam, please.
Soon you'll be of my age. Soon soon you'll be my age.
And can you please read this part also?
Of course, although we are at the same age, we have different interests. Although we are the same age, we have different interests.
Thank you so much. So what are the differences? Like this
I
one, first one. Pardon?
I made a mistake a lot.
It's no problem. Everyone makes a mistake. Practice makes perfect. And what is the meaning of practice? Practice means making mistakes. So making mistakes makes you perfect. So just take it easy and make a mistake. Relax. Enjoy your learning and enjoy your time. Although here, soon you'll be of my age. No, soon you'll be my age. We never say be of age. We say be age, like this one. As you see in green box, be somebody's age, like this. Be my, your, etc. age. When I was your age, not when I was at your age, when I was of your age, when I was in your age. No, when I was your age, when I was your age. I was really going out to work. Next one, we use be the same age, be the same age. Most of my friends are the same age as me. As you see here in green box, we say be plus the same age, not be in the same age, be at the same age. No, be the same age. And first one, be somebody's age, be my age, be your age. So remember, we never use any prepositions in, on, at, from with the word age. Age number 4. Age number 4. Age number 4. Who wants to read this part?
Me.
I want.
Yes,
May
madam.
I?
Do we, who said me first? You read it, please.
Okay. In the age of 15, you are allowed to drive a car. At the age of 15, you are allowed to drive a car.
Thank you so much. At the age of 15, okay, not 15,
Okay.
15, you are allowed to drive a car. At the age of 15, you are allowed to drive a car. What is the difference here? At the age of 15, as you see here, or in the age of. In the age of is wrong. We say at the age of. Phrases with age as their main word usually begin with at, not in. Keeping fit is very important at your age, not in your age, at your age. Some girls get married at a very young age, not in a very young age. And she is at the age when she wants to go to school. Thank you. And the last part,
May I
age
ask you
number
something,
5.
teacher?
Am
Yes.
I?
Yes, sis. I'm listening.
What's the difference between at and in? I guess the at, we can use it in specific time, in the middle of the time. For example, at 6 o'clock, not the definite time.
It is the
or another.
time. It is for the time, okay?
Oh,
We are
okay.
talking about the age. How can we use age, okay? Not about
I
at.
just want to know the at and the in. What's the difference between them?
Here,
Yeah, generally, and for
generally,
example,
we have many contexts, you know. We have in for places. We have in, for example, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, okay? But for generally, we have these are prepositions. What is preposition? We use prepositions for the time, for the places, for everything. For the verbs, we have particles. So we cannot say, yeah, there's an exact difference between the prepositions. Yeah, at is for this one, in for this one. No, we need to learn all of them, where to use this one, where to use that one. Here, why should we use at? Like at the age of 15, not in the age of 15.
Yes,
Why?
yes, definitely.
The reason is this. Why is this? Because English people don't use in.
Rules, I think.
Because English people use at. Finished. Just
Thank
that
you very
one.
much.
Yes. For example, like this. What's this? It's a cell phone. Why cell phone, not blackboard? Because English people say, and we have to say yes. It's the language. It's not the mathematics that because of this, that. No, it's the language. Whatever they say, we say yes, and we try to learn that one. All right. You're welcome, sir. I hope I could answer your question. We have only 2 minutes of the class, so I don't think we can manage to finish this page. So if you have any questions or problems, I'm listening to you. So we have 2 minutes. Any questions or problems? I'm listening and answering.
No, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
All
you
right.
so much for
You're
useful
welcome.
informations.
I hope it's useful. I read number 5. We have only 2 minutes. I read number 5. Everybody, please pay attention. A child in the age of 7 or 8 needs a little push. We never say a child in the age of. We say a child of 7. As you see here, noun of number. A child of 7. A child of 7. Or here, people of my age spend. People of my age. People of my age. We never say people in my age. People of my age, a child of 7. Okay? And this is the last part of today's lesson. We have only 1 minute. Again, I'm listening to you. If you have any questions or problems, you can say or type in the group chat. Thank you so much, Rehan. And otherwise, I have to say goodbye to all of you. See you next time and have fun.
See you, teacher.
See you.
Thank
Goodbye.
you. Good evening.
Good evening to you all. Thanks so much. Thanks.